from the weekend snowstorm, but it's starting to come together much. It's looking more, it's developing a lot more right now.
That is correct. I mean, yeah, I feel the same way where there's so much going on with this system. It continues to evolve. There's a lot to talk about as well. So let's get right to it. I mean, it's becoming a bit more clearer that, again, it's going to be an impactful system. I know there's a lot of wording on this, but just to break it down for you, between Saturday and Sunday, what we can expect through this entire weekend. Overall, again, impactful system. We're gaining that confidence that we could be dealing with at least 6 inches of snowfall or more for some areas. However, there does look to be a little bit of that mix, meaning that potential for sleet as well as that freezing rain mixing in with some of that snowfall as we look towards, say, later in the day Sunday. That'll be mainly south and east of DC, but also mainly south of 66. So in that area, still going to be impactful regardless of snowfall totals, but we could see that limited in terms of those snowfall totals if we do see a little bit more of that mix in there. But overall, that's still going to impact if anyone's trying to travel on Sunday. But Saturday, though, we're talking about that frigid air arriving, more clouds building in, likely that snow beginning late Saturday and then all day Sunday. That's why Sunday we did make it a DMV first warn day, because it looks like that is what we're going to be tracking: a thump of snow, followed by that potential for some sleet mixing in. I mean, that's the latest model trend, so we're going to continue to monitor that even as we go through the day tomorrow. And then we still have Friday, and we still have Saturday, and then Sunday is really when that snow ramps up. Speaking of snow, we did have some wintry weather back out towards westernmost parts of Maryland, and we're likely to see between 2 to 4 inches of snow before all is said and done. I know I've already had some reports of at least 2 inches of snow that's already fallen out towards Garrett County. Now, this is not associated with the system that's impacting us as we look ahead towards the weekend, though. Temperatures out there right now into those 30s across the map. We're actually just close to 40 in DC. Overnight lows dropping back down to those low 30s. That's not nearly as frigid as the last couple of mornings, so you'll notice that. Not only that, tomorrow afternoon not quite as cold as well. We'll likely be seeing those temperatures right around 50, at least for DC, areas south and east, low to mid 50s, farther off towards the north and west, mid to upper 40s. Take advantage of this day tomorrow to prepare ahead of time before the weekend. Again, patience over the course of the next couple of days. Again, we still have a few days out ahead of this system. Friday, still a good day to prepare ahead of time. It's just going to be a little bit colder, more clouds strolling in. Saturday, though, we're talking about a bitter blast of cold air behind a very potent cold front. We're back in those low 20s for high temperatures. That is close to record territory. So let's talk about that weekend setup. We have this high pressure close by. So again, with this latest model showing that chance for some snow trying to push in, I really think that high pressure eats away at some of that precipitation before it moves in. However, as we look towards Saturday evening, that's when we slowly start to see that snow pushing in. Again, this is the latest model trends, and then showing still that thump of snow across much of the area Sunday morning. We have that rain snow line just south of our area by that point. Now, as I continue to move this into motion, notice how we see a little bit more of that pink sliding northward. So with that, that would kind of limit those snowfall totals a little bit. I still think we get a lot more of that thump of snow, or at least accumulating snowfall in the morning. And then we see a bit more of that sleet and also the potential for some of that ice mixing in. And then eventually farther south, that's where we could see more of that rain mixing in, again, south of our area. But overall, confidence is gaining that we could see greater than 6 inches of snowfall for much of the area. So the last time we had that, the largest single day snowfall, that was January 6, 2025. So it was last year. Now also 2016 was the last time we saw greater than 10 inches of snowfall. Could we see some areas with that? There is that potential, especially north and west, considering we're looking at those ratios, that liquid to snowfall ratio, likely going to be higher with this system because of how frigid it is. I mean, we're looking at high temperatures right around 20 both weekend days. Still remaining frigid out there to start off that next week. So any snow that does fall, yeah, that's sticking around as we start off that next week.